Hi guys, in this video I would like to share some of the things that I am using to start to teach the kids about time and money. We do have a math curriculum, we use Math UC. However, for the topics of time and money, I do feel that I need to substitute it with something else. So these are the things that we are using right now, and we have been using, these things for a while. So we have these workbooks here. However, we don't sit down and do a lot of worksheets when it comes to learning about time and money, especially with money. With money, I play shop with them, and that's how we mainly learn money, and all of the kids enjoy that game. It's probably their favorite thing to do in math, to be quite honest. But time, I still do pull some sheets periodically, and I will have them just do it after we discuss a little bit about time, and then just file it away. And I most likely just have them do one sheet at a time. I don't give them like a whole set of worksheets to do. I honestly don't think you need any specific workbook. A couple workbooks on the topic should work fine. These I believe I picked up on Amazon over the years. This one I had found at a Dollar Tree a long time ago. Then I have a few by Kumon. My Book of Money, Dollars and Cents. And then, as you can see, it has quite a few examples, especially with the Kumon books on one sheet. So that's also why it is I don't have them do a whole lot. My first book, Money, Counting Coins. My book of Telling Time. Then I have this simple one by Flashcards. This one I have taken apart, so it's a little difficult to kind of flip through. Then the answers to the back. And then this book on time and money. It starts for kindergarten, and it should take them all the way through grade 3 technically. It has time to the front and money towards the back, and it starts off pretty simple and then gradually gets a little bit more difficult. There is a slightly newer version, well, not slightly, there is a newer version to this on Amazon, but I don't think that it will make that much difference. And then you have the answers towards the back. So that takes care of the workbooks. Then I have this binder here. Now I do have some examples in here for reference, and I don't know about most of you, but I'm sure most people don't walk around with actual cash, or at least not a lot of cash anymore. And I just wanted to have a few examples in here just for a little bit so that they can see what real money looks like, and they don't walk around thinking that, you know, a debit card or, you know, maybe a credit card is money, right? So that's just, you know, why it is I have some examples here of all the common, you know, dollar bills, and I also have some of the coins as well. I do have a golden dollar. I can't remember how I got my hands on this, but obviously for this purpose I'm glad that I have one. But I don't have a 50-cent coin, so, and I still can't find one. But anyway, other than that, I just have some coins in here, and I have it taped down. Even though they use it all the time, I had made this like in the beginning, so that's why, you know, it's still in here. Then from one of the flashcards that I do have there, it had these cards that kind of give a little bit of information about the different, well, the different coins and also the different paper bills. So I had those in there, and you know, when we had now started using this little system, you know, we read through the cards together. I also have, so I'm just kind of going back and forth between time and money, right? So I have these two clocks here that I use for time, and what I will do is I will set a time. I use these mostly with my older daughter. I will set a time, and I will ask her to tell me. I'll try to make it a little difficult, and I will ask her to tell me what time it is, right? Or I may set a time and I will tell her the incorrect time and have her, you know, correct it, you know, whether by, you know, telling you put in the time that I actually said on here, or telling me, no mommy, that's not correct, the time is actually such and such. That's one way that we use this. Another way that I will use this is using the digital and the analog clocks that we have on our wall in the schoolroom. I will have her look at the time, and then I will just have her set the time on these, right? So we don't do that like for any length of time, just a couple examples. And we used to use it a lot more when she first started, but now she's getting, you know, a lot better with just saying time. The minutes, I had purposely not put them in because I wanted her to, you know, figure them out. But I do have something else that I am using with my 6-year-old. So we have that. Now this is usually up on the wall, but I'm now starting to use this with my older one just to start getting her familiar with saying 5 past, 10 past, 25 to 5 to the hour. And that's what this is up on the wall for. Oh, these clocks I created together with this paper money, and I will talk about that soon. So these I will put up on my blog as a free printable. These I just got off of the internet. If I can find the link, I will include it in that blog post, but this is not mine. I did not create this. Here I just, before I get to these are the little clocks that I use with my 6-year-old, well, paper clocks. I had gotten these at a Dollar Tree, right? And I went in and put in, you know, like the minutes inside. I wrote them in so that we can practice telling the time, and she can actually say like the minute past the hour. I have 3 because I used to use them with both her and her older sister, but now it's just myself and her that use these. Even though these are not for time, these are for my preschooler. She uses these so that she can feel as if she's taking part when we are doing time, because she does play, you know, shop with us for learning about money. In these bags, I have just some random, you know, dollar amounts. I have some examples here for them. So in this one, I have $1 in nickels, and then I have its lowest value, which is 100 cents, or 20 individual nickels, $2 in dimes, $1 in pennies, $5 in quarters. So I have those as examples, and they used to count those out before and check them. Before I get to the game, I just have a couple of flashcards here. Now, the time and money cards, these two I had actually got at a Target dollar spot, I want to say about 2 years ago, and I know that I had gotten these two there with a couple other stuff. Anyway, so I have the clocks. We don't use the flashcards, but we don't use these two as much anymore, but we do use this other set over here that I'll show just now. But these just have like the clocks, some faces, and you just have to tell the time, and the answers are on the opposite side. One side has black and white faces, and then over here is the same thing, a different time, but the same concept. It just shows it, you know, using different clock faces. So it's pretty simple. And then for the money the money cards has a very similar sense. You have a certain amount of money, you know, being shown as an example here, so they have to count it and check to see what's the value, and then the answer is at the back to the top. But now that we are playing shop, we don't need to use these as much as we used to. These I've started back using, and that's because I'm trying to incorporate time into our game. I will use mostly the analog clock, and I will set it, you know, so our shop game, say this in order, our shop game, I will have them set out some items on the table. I'll insert some clips here, and they will put a value for that item, and I will walk into their shop and I will ask them, well, how much the item is for, if they haven't written it down, because sometimes they write it down, sometimes they don't. And if they haven't, they will tell me, and I will give them a certain amount of money. Sometimes I give them an incorrect or the correct amount. If it is, depending on how much I gave them, they will either have to figure out how much change they have to give back to me, or how much change they have for me, right? And we will, you know, sit down and work that out. What I've started doing is that I will just take a flashcard, and this would represent me walking into their shop, and they will have to tell me what time did I walk into their establishment. So I'm still trying to figure out a more creative way to, you know, add time to that game, but that's what I'm doing. So these just has like the analog clock on one side, and then it has the digital time, so it's the exact time, digital and analog version, and it's the same thing, just different examples for the time cards. And for the money card, it has a value 64 cents, and it has it laid out here. How I used to use these when we had now started, I would, you know, set these out, and I will have them build it for me, you know, with their with the coins that we have over here. Then they have a few of these that all it does is it tells you a quarter is equal to 25 cents, and then it shows you the back and front of whether it's the coin or the dollar. And these two probably get the most use, and this is just a jar of coins that I have here that we use for our money game, our shop game, sorry, and some paper dollars that I made, and it has, you know, all the common bills. It has those values there, and that's what we use these for. So outside of that, the only other thing is, you know, like when we go to the grocery store, you know, the kids will, you know, like be pointing out the prices of certain things, you know, so they are becoming more familiar with the price of stuff. Mommy's trying to get a little bit more creative with regards to teaching them time. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.